Hey folks, Stormcrow here, and since season 7's on its way in a few weeks, I figured I could talk about the fourth Equestria Girls movie, Legend of Everfree. Gotta say, the, the fact that I avoided any sort of merchandise promos beforehand, as well as trying to stay away from any sort of images on Twitter, especially when the movie got leaked a week before it came out on Netflix, helped in not spoiling me, I guess. That being said, I just start on what I liked about it. First and foremost, pacing is absolutely near perfect. Every scene flowed from one to the next. They had a purpose, and none of them were very cringeworthy or awkward compared to anything they've done in the past. Also, how the cold opening from the transitioned into the opening song and to the main body of the movie. It it it, it was much more. Uh, it just felt more natural. It just didn't cut away to some static images or silhouettes like Rainbow Rocks or Friendship Games. So that's one positive I can say about being sure that some people haven't, I guess other people haven't noticed. Um, and like I had said last time, I was hoping for some sort of decent scenes with Flash Sentry. They did that, especially when they involved conversations with Sunset. Um, it did give him, it did involve some closure as far as his so-called relationship with Pony Twilight and his possible connection with Sideswipe, but they also helped in giving advice to Sunset in her conflict about trying to talk to Sideswipe about Timber. So that was very helpful, and quite frankly, I wouldn't I'd be perfectly fine if they just relegated Flash to the background from now on, or just written him out of the story, say like he moved away. I'd be okay with that. As for the as for the songs, a couple stick out. Three have stuck out in my mind. First would be Midnight and Me, displaying human Sideswipe's inner conflict with transforming into Midnight Sparkle from last time, and I I don't like as much as I don't want to quote other people. The Wilsonator guy is absolutely right. It's almost on par with like a Broadway style song, and despite how short the song was, and much like the rest of the soundtrack, it definitely uh, gave its message short and sweet, and we move on to the rest of the story, and it works. Then we have Embrace the Magic. Finally, we get a Sunset song that didn't get cut from the movie. If you've seen the deleted scenes from Friendship Games, you know what I'm talking about. And when I especially like the fact that it helps give an extra tell an extra theme that um well, what's the word I'm looking for? Uh, Embracing your natural talents you have, even though you're initially uncomfortable with them. I gotta give and much thanks to Applegeek for pointing that out in his reaction and commentary when he noticed that if he hadn't brought it up. And then there's we will stand for Everfree. As it may not be as good as Welcome to the Show, but definitely fits the malevolent kind of perspective um, that Gloriosa had, especially given the circumstances of what she was going through over the course of the movie, even the events that took place prior to it. Um, Now, these next few things, I don't have a legitimate problem with them, but I know that there are some people in the community that do. For the most noticeable one, the fact that the so-called shipping between Twilight and Timber was laid on a little bit thick. Especially the one part where the paper lanterns bump into each other. And I can understand it, but I didn't have a problem with it. And at least it was more believable than Pony Twilight's relationship with Flash. But yeah, that's just me, I guess. Then there was the fact that Filthy Rich was basically shoehorned in as a uh, secondary villain of sorts, the stereotypical evil rich guy. Even though he's not much of he's never been portrayed as an antagonist in the show in the main series. Um, I but to be honest, I would have to say that if he had been portrayed, had a much more bigger presence in then if he had been a constant presence in the movie, it probably would have made it worse. So can't fault him for what they gave. As for the songs, I didn't really care for. There was "Legend You Were Meant to Be," which is yet again is another montage slash music video. Um, and I've come to get used to them. So far, the best one they've done has obviously would be under our spell. Then there was the end theme, "Hope Shines Eternal." Yeah, again, like the first movie, very generic, but a little better. And lastly, there was one thing that bothered me, uh, and that's the fact that they didn't have any moments where Sunset would, I guess, lose her temper. But then again, there weren't many moments to where she could do that. So we'll see what happens later on down the line. That speaking of which, that brings us to the cliffhanger before the credits, and I've got to say, I'm like a lot of people. Where does it go from here? And I don't know if it's going to tie in with season 7, the movie coming out in November, or if there's going to be a fifth Equestria Girls movie. But there are going to be 3 specials coming out later this year. I'm guessing they're going to be sometime around July or August, probably during the mid-season break. So we'll look forward to that. In the meantime, as far as what's coming up later on in the future on this channel, maybe I'll do some season 7 episode reviews. But in the meantime, I'm definitely going to be trying to put out some more content, Phil Singer Games related. So until next time, so stay tuned for that. See you later.